Welcome to The Ground Up. I'm Victoria Kulczyski, and today I'll be talking to Nick Ripley, our in-house digital developer, about AI in the broader sense and in our work here as a charity. Hi, Nick.
Hello there.
So, Nick, AI, everybody's heard of it. Everybody thinks it's going to take over the world in some capacity. It has some negative connotations and some positive connotations as well. So I'm hoping that you'll explain some of its uses, how we can harness it, how we can use it for good. So, yeah, I know that's a bit of a broad start, Nick, but if you can give us an overview on AI, that'd be great.
Of course. AI has been used in certain industries for years, but the chatbot type experience, which most people consider as AI, has just been the last few years, and it's appearing everywhere. It's appearing for film, for photography, as a chatbot, as a way of trying to cheat, potentially, exams and all sorts of things. So it's ubiquitous now.
Yeah. So the ones I think we've all heard of are ChatGPT. Is that just... is that one example of these programs that all do the same thing, essentially?
They're all subtly different. You can almost think of them as a bit like cars. Some cars are very good at certain things, some cars are not very good at others. So you don't go cross-country in a Mazda MX-5 because you won't get very far. But you might in a Land Rover. So.
Right, okay. So what we've got to do is we've got to know which tools we're using and why we're using them. Yeah,
and they're starting to do many things all at once now. So it's getting a bit harder. And they develop so quickly. Just last week, you couldn't use certain programs to do certain things. Now you can. So the development of them is shocking, really, in a way.
Yeah.
You're seeing huge improvements on different sort of models.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just get my head around this. It's called artificial intelligence, but really are AI programs just drawing on the information we already have in the world and picking out certain elements for us to reference, like fact checking? Or are they actually able to think? Are they able to create a biased answer for us? Are they able to sell us an agenda?
Yeah, I mean, it depends again on each model. Certain models have been trained on very specific expert knowledge. The most obvious one are Google's have developed programs which look at proteins, and what they've been able to do is do like 100 years worth of research within several months.
Wow.
So they've discovered new proteins which can lead to new drugs, which can lead to sort of curing diseases much quicker than any human intervention could.
Yeah. So they are working towards our advantage. They're working towards a better outcome, a quicker outcome.
Depending upon how you put it to use. Recently, the first major cyber attack has happened because of people misusing or using AI in an inappropriate way.
Right.
So it's who's using it and for what.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue is if you like, who trains it to do what and who trains it on what set of knowledge. So there's lots of arguments within the music industry at the moment where artists feel like it's been trained upon their work without their getting any recompense back for it.
Yeah.
And AI can do a lost Beatles record, and potentially you wouldn't be able to tell if it was or wasn't, because they can be very accurate.
Yeah. So it's blurring that line a little bit between authenticity and and maybe even copyright as well. I know as a photographer that I tried to develop, I usually take photos, but I knew what I wanted the photograph to look like, and therefore I had an AI program develop that particular photo, in inverted commas, for me. I wasn't sure what sort of data it was comprised of. Maybe it was comprised of so many photographs that have been uploaded into the cloud over the last few decades. But it was quite a heavy file. It had a lot of data behind it, and I don't understand who owns the copyright. Am I the author of that work? Am I the creator of that work? Is it something I can be proud of creating because I knew how to articulate a prompt?
Well, again, it depends upon which company you're doing it with. There are lots of open source pieces of software, especially coming out of China at the moment, where you can make whatever you want and it's yours. You always have to read the small print of what model you're using, and the only way you can actually read it, because it's legalese and all that sort of stuff, is actually to put it through an AI engine, which is the funny thing about it all. So when I first started looking at these sort of 2 years ago, that was one of the first things I did, was actually test them. Each model, could they read all this small print, whether it be for a website or whether it be for using a piece of software, and understand it and explain it to me what the pros and cons were.
Right.
And it varies between different models.
No, that's really interesting. What I was going to say as well is I use Gemini quite a lot at work here at Groundwork Yorkshire within my marketing department. And I was wondering, does it track the conversations that you have with Gemini? So is everything recorded? Do they use that to then further train the bots?
So, again, it will depend on the company. With Gemini, certainly under Gemini Pro, it states that. When it doesn't state that information can be used within a program, it's further training, then that's different.
Right.
Normally assume that it will, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So, and also, gives you a good basis on whether you put any confidential information into it or not. And I would always recommend that you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one way you can use confidential information with it is if you download and run your own. Right. Which is possible on some higher end phones, but you get a small model. It's not as comprehensive an answer that you get from it. Right, okay.
Nick, do you have a preferred AI program that you either prefer to use or you think is better in its performance? Anything that you'd recommend?
There's mainly ones I don't recommend, I suppose. But if on the general day-to-day use, for instance, I don't use Google Search anymore. I use what's called Perplexity AI, and it even has its own web browser called Comet. And I use that now. It's better than Google Search.
Right.
It's quicker, gets to what I want far quicker than Google ever did.
Yeah.
So that's my everyday use. If I'm doing any research project, then definitely I use Notebook LM from Google. It is fantastic. All the information on there is always private. So yeah, it's picking different tools for different purposes.
Right, okay, that's good. So we'll make some notes. So Perplexity and Google's Notebook LM,
yes,
are both recommended programs.
And as a general all-rounder, Google Gemini 3 is fantastic.
Gemini 3.
Because it's multimodal, which means you can put up a picture, you can give it a PDF, you can give it a spreadsheet to look at, and it will understand the contents of that.
Right, okay. So that's Google Gemini 3.0.
Yep.
3.0. Right then. So I think let's just cover quickly any dangers with AI, because obviously with anything that we develop as human beings, they always tend to sometimes go towards the bad end of the scale with what we can do with them. So what are the dangers of AI that people should just keep their eyes out for?
Well, the first and most obvious one now is that companies are starting to admit that they are not having junior positions, that they are filling them with AI roles.
Right.
So obviously it still needs somebody to run those.
Yeah.
But you can automate an awful lot, what's called agentic AI, which means that you're giving a large language model like Gemini 3 a series of tasks, not just one task. Do this, do that.
Yeah.
Depending on what you find, do something else.
Yeah.
You can give it that instruction and it will use a whole host of tools to do that particular range of tasks.
Right, okay.
And therefore that's replacing a lot of junior positions. And that started to happen now. Some people said it wouldn't happen. They weren't reading the room very well,
right.
In my opinion. It was obvious 6, 7, 8 months ago.
Right, okay. That's quite worrying, isn't it, that it's cutting the workforce down. Also, scamming. Is scamming a problem? Is AI big in the scamming arena?
It's starting to become so. So the fact that you can clone a voice now with 5 to 10 seconds worth of somebody's audio. So it might be a TikTok that they've done, a YouTube video that they've done, and you can copy that audio file and it will then, you can type in what that person will say.
Yeah.
You can even type it in, and if you've got good enough images of them, you can get a video of them saying those words which they never said before in their life.
Wow.
So you can make some elaborate scams with AI usage.
So that is really scary, isn't it? And it's something we've got to always bear in mind and just double check things and know that if we're getting emails that might even look genuine, that we need to always double check, don't we? And be a bit more vigilant than perhaps we have been over the last couple of decades.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just obviously emails. It can be any form of digital communication that you're using. You could get a unexpected FaceTime.
Yeah.
From somebody who doesn't normally FaceTime you, saying like, "Oh, I'm really stuck. I'm in Hastings and I've lost my money. Wire me this money, please, now."
Yeah. And catch you off guard.
Yep.
And everything looks to be ticking all the right boxes. You recognise that person's face, you recognise their voice.
And it's a fake.
And it's a fake, yeah. Wow. Nick, we could talk about this subject for hours. It is so interesting, but we'll stop that there and let people just digest what's been said. Thank you so much for joining me today, Nick, and join us next time on The Ground Up. Bye-bye.
Bye.